I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is November 10, Monday, 2025. Hope you had a good weekend and a good day today. So I'm going to make this real quick. Probably won't be trading tomorrow, but we'll see. So we gapped up here, and as you can see here, that reversal candle number 2 on this swing, I talked about it looking like a reversal, right? That's to show you closes in for your tidbits, and then you can see here that the candle 3 is expanding. So nice. And then well, before I even go into all that, so we never had a body on that gap here for the on the daily side. We had it, but then now we're having it on the bearish side, but then now we're having it on the bullish side. See how we're sitting in that top quadrant, right? Or sitting on that top of that gap. Excuse me. So that was key. So that was the other reason why we stayed bearish last week, in general speaking, because now we have a body closure on the weekly, but it's only a bearish candle. So now we expect it to be a bullish candle, but beautiful reversal here. Excuse me. I got this 3 candles highlighted on the 1 hour here on just the bodies. You can see we come to 101.5 here. That's where that New York expands to a final expansion and then retraces for the London lows, cleans that up, and then makes a new high, right? So obviously coming into 101.5, retracing back, and then ultimately these guys right here. Liquidity here, beautiful. And then we used, I used Thursday's first imbalance right there. You can see it dragged out. You'll see it on the 15-minute here. Let's get into it real quick. You'll see it right there on the bottom left. See the body sitting right there? See that? Beautiful. Look how, yeah, it's wicking out and, excuse me, creating some drives here. So 1, 2, these 2 are basically still number 2, and then 3. See that? That's how I get this sell from here. But look at the 15-minute. 15-minute, the bodies are encapsulated in it. -1 standard deviation on Asia range, falls short of that 25%, and then before we even expand at 9:30, we got this nice sell model here and here. See this? So on the 1 minute, drag it out. This liquidity here, 9:30 just pushes up. And then you got this right here told it all. These equal lows here. And then this is a 4-minute imbalance, a 4-hour imbalance. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. See that 4-hour imbalance right there on the 4-minute, 4-hour. And then comes to that 50, does not get into this imbalance here. The gap, generally Monday, a gap like this, you know, they're going to dangle that carrot. It's rare that they really go to it, but sometimes it is. But but they came inside, right? And it wasn't great or anything, but they did come inside. So, and they did take out a low. So it wasn't that really high probability. And there's no news today. So this is another reason why I have the conversation. So we didn't expect to come any really lower. But these guys right here with that couple with the midnight level, and then these guys right here, X marks the spot, you'll see 9:30 just pushes off. So I look at this as a buy, sell, buy. It's already a bullish day. Let me do this. It's already a bullish day. The price is up here. So we expected a bullish day, especially what I just told you about the swing and the daily chart. But what they'll do is a buy, sell, buy. Like if the price was already down here and we came down first, then that would be the dump, and then we'd buy, sell, buy from there. But from here, it's kind of a speaker. Oh, it is a speaker. There's no question that it's not. But that's how it'll look like. And so 9:30 pushes off. You have an opportunity to get in as soon as it pushes up and closes because it's a strong candle. And then you'll see I'm still using this that gap, right? So you'll see on the 1 minute we open right there. I mean, we close on that candle on the 9:30, and we're using this imbalance because it's higher than all the price action generally. But we open it from there on 9:31, and 9:32 just tags it, right? So you're getting this little miniature birdie for a moment, but in reality, they're just trying to squeeze up where? To the left. Look at the breakout level here, over here, breakout level, and fall short of the 930 there, but you didn't need that. You had the 1 and 1.5 right here. This is how I got to sell. See where the 1 and 1.5 is up here. So again, that was on the 1 hour on just the bodies, 1 and 1.5 right there, and then this breakout level, boom, push through, right? Look at those lows, and we bust through it. So we're coming up here. So we get to the 50%. We get to that Thursday's first imbalance. We're playing around with some drives here. We're stuck inside of it. All right. And then ultimately you can see it slither. See these candles? Look at the price action. That's just a characteristic of it coming down and trying to do it in a sneaky way. But because by the time you're, like want to sell, it's already locked. It's down here. It's not coming up in here. You're in the bottom quadrant now. Kind of like, 1030 situation reversal. Generally between 1015, 1045, it's going to kind of, flip around, initially. But boom, right there. Now the 50, boom, underneath the 50. Coming down to the first imbalance today. Look at that, beautiful. Holding it as resistance there. Look at the tick right there. Comes back to the 930, obviously. And then we get some drives down here. I take it to this beautiful spot. Midnight level. So I have this first circle, obviously, because it's the low here, that guy. And it's the outside lower low of the gap. So that's why I got a circle there. So we come into it. We come back into this imbalance here. We tag it. And then it's just another drive down. And then if you watched price, it snapped to it. I mean, that's perfect. Why am I highlighting this? Obviously, midnight level. And then the 25% of the opening range gap. And then that 4-hour imbalance. Perfectly. You'll see it in the thumbnail. Boom. X marks the spot right there. So wicks, and then it doesn't follow through. Bodies kind of get stuck at the 50%, sitting on the 25%. Sitting on the midnight level. All right, and then right now you don't know what's going on yet, right? But possibly turn around. And at that time we had Nas and Dow already inside their gap. So Nasdaq was late to the party for this low. And I was like, dude, are they going to be bitches and not take it or what? But they did. And then you get this strong candle above this swing high right there. It's locked. It's not even going to come in here. So generally, you want to see it go above this swing high, and preferably, obviously, this swing high if you're shifting structure. But it shouldn't be coming up here if it's going to be kind of selling off. And if it did, it shouldn't be stopping here. Let's put it that way. Like, it should have already, But the way it pushed up fast and came back, look how it came back to the 25%. And then comes right back to, don't get lost in all this, on the bottom quadrant of the gap in the gray. It's just overlapping here. And then you have that imbalance. This imbalance is sitting on that quadrant level, right? It's the low though. And that's a very high probability imbalance. Plus you broke and shifted. So beautiful there. And on the 5-minute, you had a nice, I'll go to the 5-minute real quick. I wanted to make this fucking short. You had the 5-minute here, see? 1, 2, 3. And the little fourth one, little guy right there, boom, coming down. And then boom, again, 3 on the bottom side, pretty much. And then look at the bodies, respecting 50% of that wick. And then sitting at that 25 quadrant shift. There's an imbalance on the 5-minute, pretty nice there. Again, coupled with that level low, and sick. So not to make it hard or anything, it's just, this was the fake pump first, right? So again, you are already kind of expanding. So why am I selling this? I'm expecting a retrace. That's the simple logic there. And then as far as where it goes from here, you don't know until you really see this candle here, this guy right here. Because it shouldn't be up here. It shouldn't be strong like that. Like if it had came back down, that'd be a different conversation, but it stayed empty. So then you get the shift, come right back. X marks the spot there. The last 2 down candles, preferably the last one, comes above it, comes back in, tags the open. I'm not even going to draw it. Comes right back to the 25, down to the 50. Obviously coming for this high. liquidity, and then 25% here, playing around. You can see it then outside of the gap. See how it comes outside, comes right back in, fucking around here. So, let me move forward, 'cause I'm trying to make these shit short. If I even make any more videos, to be honest. But, and then dollar coming down, kind of helping with the logic. And then, let's see here. So obviously Dow had a lower high here with all this price action. And then I believe this was an equal high. And then we had higher highs here. So let's kind of keep it like that. It's kind of like the logic of it coming back. And then excuse me. And equal lows here. Look at that shit suck. Higher low here, lower lows, and see, this is why I don't trade Dow. So here's another prime example why I don't trade Dow. I want to see. I'd rather have a raid. You know what I mean? So that's why when I was just at one point I was just like, I'm fucking done with Dow. I'm good. Even though I knew what they were doing, I was just like, I was tired of being in their trades and getting fucking squeezed out, fucking every day. And then. Beautiful there. Yeah, Fridays, the way Friday closed and the way it came back deep into that range was pretty much signifying that we're buying. Coming right back in. See, they came back in, they sealed the gap and then got into their imbalance. Last 3 down candles, changed the delivery, and we're off back. You know, we hit the oversold. We're coming back in up. Nothing complicating here. To me, and then and then they got the pump first, so buy, sell, buy. So you were already kind of expanding, and then this is the retrace and back to an expansion, right? And see, they sealed it. They sealed their shit, which would have been nice for us. See, so they immediately sealed it. Right, and then came deep for it, sitting on that gap, old gap, and then I mean, this is already drawn out. I don't even have to like say anything. S&P, nice response back as well. They came in, didn't seal their gap, but they came to that breakout level. Boom. So that's called mitigation, and that's letting people like, let's just say if you were a seller here, and then fucking the price just ends up here. It's like, dude, that's not fair. They came back and tried to make that fair. That's why they don't need to seal it, because there's balanced price action already here. So, you know, took out that swing high. This is back to bullish. This is not bearish. So, you know, I guess they're just trying to, again, same thing with their gap there with the bodies. And they pushed up, came deeper than their 25, but they also swept that low, right? That was that low that we were looking for. And NASDAQ did it. And Dow did, obviously, swept their shit for sure. So just now going for this easy liquidity to the left. And we came to the 101.5. We retraced back to the 1.5. And then now we're pushing off for this 2 to 2.5. Very, very, very simple there. So, from oversold back to overbought. Tomorrow's, you know, I don't plan on trading. It's a bank holiday. It's Veterans Day. So the volatility is just not worth it. And then I wouldn't even trade the AM session for Wednesday because after a bank holiday, it's kind of funky and hard to trade. We'll see how it goes, though. It's a short video, right? 14 minutes. That's good. Definitely like that. And then, as you see, NVIDIA not taking out these lows, but the snap back already was a big sign. Gapped up, came back, and they're pushing off. So, you know, with all the government shut down for America, talking about it's going to be, you know, not shut down anymore real soon. So they're trying to sell the idea that it's, you know, this is strength for that, or what? Who cares? Whatever. I don't know. To me, this is suspect because I mean, it's still in a neutral sense, right? We are bullish. We have been bullish, right? Look at the weekly snapping in last down candles here and then closing this high. So it didn't close. So you got these 3 consecutive week candles, and it's not like we closed lower. It's not like this opened up and then it came down. I mean, for this to be the wick of the week, if it was bearish and then come all the way back down, I mean, technically, the order flow as we're speaking is bearish as far as structure goes, but as far as the higher time frame goes, notice obviously this low to this high, that range coming back in. We discussed that already in Thursday's video, Friday video, right? But for a response like this is just fucking, it's really beautiful, to be honest. It's really nice, but not easy to be a part of it. And that's really my 2 cents. I mean, these 3 candles are in control as far as the weekly goes. So, and we got some CPI. I'm not sure if they're going to have the rates released. It's going to be a very, very tricky week, to be honest. But to keep it simple, we're just going to say we're bullish. I mean, we're just going to say we're bullish. So, seasonal data, it's not really. So this is the 10th today. And we were supposed to already come down and then push back up, which we did, which we're doing. But it shows them retracing more. So the 5-year, I'm really tired. I really just can't keep going through all of it. But I don't see us not coming back down here without going back up. So candle 3, that's a nice swing. I mean, fucking beautiful there. Candle 4 generally is an expansion candle, but I would like to see it come back in a little bit. It depends on Asia and London, though, man. That's the thing. But I would like to see something like this, general speaking. Okay, so general speaking, I don't, that's kind of hard to wipe out all of Monday's candle. So let me refix it. If they don't come and try to get this gap, which they probably won't, but I'd like to see it come back in here in some nature for the wick of. We got the all-time high there too. Well, it's going to be tricky because of the holiday and all that shit. But I mean, perfect world. I mean, for me, perfect world is this. Obviously, coming into here, but I mean, this just seems too easy if they did that, and then that would kind of maybe signify us as a different market. But maybe something like this. Otherwise, if it doesn't retrace, which I don't see how it doesn't, but if it doesn't, then it's literally it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna come into here maybe, and then we'll visit. Let's put it this way. Maybe it does come into here and then come back, and then fucking this is how I make videos long. So annoying. And then go up. Obviously, some type of structure up, but yeah. Yeah, you never know. Even you might even want to let's just say this is a little more logical. Coming up in here, sweeping that, coming back in, maybe hitting the 50%. I didn't do the first imbalance of this PM session. Obviously, I'm not trading it. But where are you, buddy? Huh, right there, beautiful. Look at that. You think that's a coincidence? You gotta be crazy if you think that's coincidence. So, first imbalance used there. Look at that 9. Look at that Thursdays. And then this is Monday. So these are important here. Notice how we come above. Bounce from that. And I need to get the fuck out of here. Oh. Okay, come on. So, see how it goes. Just leave that there. And I'm going to do the same here. I don't really think I need to say anything else, man. Let's see if Tuesday wants to pull in here. And average daily range was I forgot 500 something points. What's the low here? 271. All right, and if you knew it was a bullish day, 271, fucking, there's your 500, almost 500 points right there. See that? That's why this was it was a good buy, but it wasn't an easy buy unless you stuck with it. For me, London is just like it's already. I'm already happy about what I did, but this right here, if you're gonna keep trading, it's pretty clear. Happens to be in lunchtime, which I don't fucking trade lunch. Sometimes I'll hold into it, but whatever. I don't think there's anything else to say. I feel like I'm missing something here. And they already squeezed that out. So yeah, I mean, I don't people talking about this will be the high for the next 2-3 years and all this and that, and I mean, I don't see that. 50% right there on the daily. And then for us, 50% on the daily as well. That's another thing. But here's Monday. So I think Tuesday will give us a very good idea what the rest of the week looks like. But I mean, it's a holiday, so it sucks. I don't know what else I could say, man. Not too many people watching the videos or liking it, so I don't know what to do here, but I know I'm fucking missing something. Damn. But now they got that body there with the daily. So I just don't see us coming down. I mean, the only way I'm bearish, let's put it that way. The only way I'm bearish is if we break that low. Right? Because that's a low, that's a high. That's a higher low. So far, this is a high. If you were to come any lower, then I would say we're bearish. But there's no reason to think the world's ending and it's not. But I mean, it's stopping here is something. But I just don't. I just think it's too early, and I think we'll see that next quarter. To be honest with you, I just don't. I see it happening in January or something, if February or some shit. But you guys take care. God bless.